This lake really is, it's the perfect blueprint for how to create a modern fishery. The owners here really have put an awful lot of work into it, and the man behind it is fishery consultant Andrew Ellis, and he's got some pretty strong views on how fisheries should be managed.
My blueprint for success is definitely sustainability in modern fishery. If you put fish in a fishing lake and don't do anything with them for 5 years, you'll end up with peaks and troughs, rises and falls in populations, and if you don't certainly help feed the fish and look after them, and when they breed and grow, which is the only two things they're any good at, is eating and breeding, but just by creating a space in the biomass, the total weight of fish being the biomass, if you just eat into that a little bit every now and then, by removing some of the juveniles, then the parent fish and normally the older fish live longer and they remain in much better condition. My methods of fishery management differ greatly from quite a lot of places that obviously I visit in my day-to-day job as a fishery consultant. And I think the key factor is just to not be too greedy and not want too much too quick. Unfortunately, a lot of people do want that now. They want success overnight, and you can buy success overnight, but it's a bit like most things. It doesn't last. You know, you can buy an awful lot of fish, stick them in a lake. One year the fishing's fantastic, but then the following year it dips off a bit. And then most people fall into this rut where they'll then go and buy more fish because they'll remember how good it was when they first stocked, and it carries on like that. Whereas mine's completely the opposite. I'd rather start with a completely empty bit of water, and although it will take time and I won't get such a quick return on my investment, I'm building it up all the time so that you know, over a period of 3 to 5 years, you've built really solid blocks where you eliminate an awful lot of problems associated with running a fishery. We please the anglers because they're catching fish which are immaculate, in very good condition, as you've probably seen today on the Tench Lake, and we're quite proud of what we've achieved. Using these fish as an example, beautiful little tench, instead of actually going out and buying an awful lot of tench, which cost an arm and a leg, we've taken the existing rather minimal stocks of tench that were at Leamington Lakes when we took over, and use them to our advantage. We've taken them when we've drained and netted one of the lakes, and we've put them into a prepared stock pond that we've created, and because of that they've bred successfully. We feed them on rolled cereal, we don't feed them on pellet. They're on their own, they're not mixed with other species, and it's great. You get to produce clean fish, you know the background of the fish, you're not bringing in disease, and it works really, really well. I can sell them to make money, I sell them to angling clubs and my own clients, and we put them back into the fishery. And you end up, if you do it properly, with an awful lot. It's fantastic. My argument is it's completely sustainable, it makes you a bit of money, and you end up with your own beautiful stocks of fish, and it's very rewarding. The view of most anglers when they leave here is they've had a great day, and what I do like, one of the main points, is when they mention the condition of the fish before the weight or size of the fish. You know, a lot of the time I caught a 20-pound carp, but a lot of times I caught a beautiful fish today. Not just the carp, but the tench and the crusions and the roach, and that's really rewarding for me when they say I caught some crack in a really good condition, and then they go on to say what they were and how big they were, which is great. You know, that's all you're trying to do, and you just want people to respect what you're doing and look after the fish.
Well, that was an interesting insight into what proper fishery management is like, isn't it? I do like the idea that we might get a few more waters like this cropping up as well, that offer different species in a different sort of fishing environment.